Hello everybody, I'm John Self, and welcome to Self Perspective, a weekly video with news and information and insight into managing your career. The pace of change is accelerating. It's breathtaking sometimes. Sometimes we don't even feel like we have control over certain aspects of our life or even our career. The old expression that life happens, well, as it relates to our career, that's pretty out of date. If you want your career to happen, more than likely you won't be happy where it ends. You have to take control. You have to have a strategy. You have to have goals, targets. You have to have an objective. As Yankees great Yogi Berra used to say, if you don't know where you're going to probably find yourself in another place. So I think that it is really incumbent on us to think about the future. Bob Johannesson says 10 years we're going to be explosively connected in the world. And that connectivity is what's driving change, clearly. And those are things we've got to explore, we've got to look at, we've got to try to start understanding. But to try to look to the future and apply those lessons to today, that's kind of tough. So we have to let that evolve. What we really need to do is start making the best use of the tools we already have. When I came up in healthcare, if you wanted to suddenly build a big brand, you had to hire PR people, and you had to almost be in the shameless commerce promotion, self-promotion marketplace. But today, LinkedIn takes all of that stigma away from the self-promotion. It was introduced in 2003. I was an early adopter. I don't know what number I am, but I was on the boat pretty early. And I thought, how cool this is, and I thought I really understood it. But it takes time, and there's not really a manual for it necessarily. There are a lot of people who've written books, but it's intuitive, but you've got to take the time and make the investment to let it really help you leverage your objectives. I know a lot of people say, well, I'm already investing a lot of time in my career. No, not really. You're investing time in your job, and that's important. But in order for you to have a career trajectory that's going to make you very comfortable, you have to invest time in your career. I have a friend who's a great hospital CEO, one of the best I've ever met, incredibly smart and very, very successful in producing amazing results. But in order to turn around a hospital, sometimes you have to be tough to get people to move forward, especially if timing is important, if finance is critical. People have to respond, and you have to really push to get them to move forward. And that can create some friction. And sometimes that can affect a career, or at least the talk or the noise, as I call it, in the marketplace. If you want to let everybody else define who you are and what you're really good at, that's fine, but I guarantee you won't be happy with the outcome. So master the tools you have now. Use LinkedIn, develop groups, build constituencies, write many case studies on your successes. Put them out there, create discussion groups, and you too can take an important step forward in shaping and supporting your career, and most importantly, your image. We're going to be spending a lot of time on this going forward. We'll also explore what explosive connectivity means. We'll do it in our podcast, in our twice weekly blogs, and certainly on the videos. But for the short term, if you have any questions, if you need some advice on how to help with your LinkedIn strategy, you can reach me at asktherecruiter@johngself.com. If I can help you in your transition, I would be delighted. You can reach me at careertransitions@johngself.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.